Starting this video on the busy Georgia 400 freeway, which runs from Atlanta to the Georgia mountains, I'm looking at these two Pink Panther statues. Call them Mr. and Mrs. Pink Panther. I'm at Flax Flooring, a little south of Dawsonville. This business, originally known as Carpet Depot, has been here since 2001, but before then the location was the home of Cherokee Music, which had a number of sculptures in front of this building. Owner Brad Flack decided to keep just the Pink Panther statues because they were considered landmarks for travelers heading north to the mountains. The statues were restored a few years back to their bright pink colored glory, but Miss Pink Panther used to wear a bikini. Well, this is awkward. By the way, there's a sign down here. Please do not touch the panthers. The owner wants to make sure these fiberglass statues continue to be enjoyed for many years to come. Hey guys, it's Emily. Welcome everyone! Today I'm going to visit some Georgia roadside attractions not far from home. Just a quick run around the block through North and Central Georgia. And I may visit some filming locations along the way. Gonna be a great day. Let's go! This stretch of Georgia 400 in what was the rural town of Cumming, Georgia, was used to film the Convoy scene in the 1977 film Smokey the Bandit. The movie starred Burt Reynolds, Sally Field, Jackie Gleason, and Jerry Reed. The movie was about smuggling Coors beer from Colorado to Atlanta. In this long scene, the bandit was able to evade the police with a lot of help from a convoy of trucks. They hid the bandit from view as the policemen sped away. There are other filming locations in Jonesboro and the former Lakewood Fairgrounds. Smokey the Bandit was the second highest grossing movie of 1977, second to only Star Wars.
We've got a long way to go, and a short time to get there. I'm eastbound just like a bandit road.
Near the new Halcyon development, I'm at a racetrack. Current price for regular, $3.19 a gallon. It should be a one-tank road trip today. Next up, I've arrived in Hawkins, Indiana, and I'm headed to the Starport Mall. It looks really busy here, doesn't it? The Starport Mall, as shown in the third season of the show Stranger Things, is actually the Gwinnett Place Mall, a dead mall near Duluth, Georgia. In fact, this mall is so dead, 5 months before Stranger Things started filming, they discovered a Georgia State University student dead for 2 weeks. Since then, the mall has been closed, except for 3 anchor stores. In fact, zooming in, there are signs at the front door, authorized access only, violations will constitute trespass, so I'm not going to even try and walk up to the doors and peek in. When Stranger Things ended filming here, they took down all the sets because they were worried people would steal them and then resell them. It looks like they may strike a deal soon to tear down the mall and convert it into a work-live-play area, like the Halcyon area I was at earlier. They'll probably keep the Macy's, this Megamart, and a large beauty store will remain, but the rest will be torn down and redeveloped. What's weird is everything around the mall is thriving, but the mall itself is abandoned. Driving through a diverging diamond intersection, I've seen a lot of these type intersections over the last few years. As I get on Interstate 85 northbound toward my next stop, this is another Smokey the Bandit filming location. You can definitely see this area has grown so much in the last 45 years. Now in the city of Winder, I'm approaching an intersection with a traffic light, with a unique road. The road is John Bowen Way, zooming out, and the pavement between that stop sign and the traffic light is the entirety of that road. I'm going to walk along this road and make a rough estimate of how long this road is. You may recall I visited the world's shortest block, but that road extended beyond that one block. Where I am now, this is the entire road, this little section of pavement. My guess is the length of the road is about 65 feet, which is about 3 car lengths. What I didn't see is any marker or mention whatsoever that this is the shortest road in the U.S. Roadside America says this is the shortest road with a traffic light, and another road in Ohio is a little bit shorter, but people that have been to both the Ohio road and this road say this road is a little shorter. Next up, I head for Athens. I'm at a road called the Avenue. Pretty much the most generic name you could give to a road. Maybe they ran out of road names in Athens? Anyway, this road features its own Stonehenge sculpture. In the early 1990s, near here, they were building what was to be a housing development named Stonehenge, and these sculptures were placed at the entrance. In the late 1990s, these blocks were moved from that location to here. Some sources say the blocks were moved, quote, for their own safety. But nobody really knows what that means. Were they vandalized or taken down? Was that subdivision an unsafe area? So now, this subdivision is known as the Stonehenge Subdivision, even on realtor sites. Sadly, it looks like these stones have been the victim of vandalism here. Look at the patches of white paint on many of the stones. It looks like almost all the stones have white paint on them. The Stonehenge is not nearly as controversial as the recently destroyed Georgia Guidestones, but I guess people vandalize just for the sake of vandalizing. The Stonehenge is a few miles west of the Athens city center and UGA. They do need a good cleaning, and the bushes are overgrown and should be cut down. Anyway, there's some more interesting things to see in Athens, so let's check them out. Now I'm in a neighborhood very close to downtown, and I'm approaching this interesting tree. I'm at the corner of Finley and Deering Streets. This beautiful oak tree is known as the tree that owns itself. It's actually a second-generation oak. There's a granite marker over here. For the great desire I have for this tree's protection for all time, I convey entire possession of itself and all land within 8 feet of this tree on all sides. William H. Jackson. Down here is another marker, the tree that owns itself, deeded to itself by Colonel William H. Jackson, circa 1832. This tree came from an acorn of the original oak tree and was planted in 1946, a few years after a storm toppled the parent oak tree. That storm occurred in 1942, and the Junior Ladies Garden Club grew a sapling from an acorn and planted it here 4 years later. You can see the tree is in the median of this road, and it's very tight driving around this tree. But the tree owns that part of the road, so there. No one has ever challenged the tree's sovereignty. No person or government owns this tree, so I guess the tree really does own itself. Now driving southeastward out of Athens. I'm getting hungry and I'm in the mood for some barbecue. So I'm taking this road to the right, which in about a half an hour will lead me to my next destination. I'm now in Crawfordville, a small town an hour east of Augusta. It's better known as Pigeon Creek, Alabama, from the 2002 movie Sweet Home Alabama starring Reese Witherspoon. This building was featured prominently in the movie. In real life, this is the county courthouse. It's very much in the Old South architecture, with red bricks and white shutters, railings, and clock. I'm in Taliaferro County. It looks like Taliaferro, but it actually is pronounced Tolliver. This county was created in 1825 and named for Benjamin Tolliver, who was a Revolutionary War soldier and congressman from 1799 to 1802. Here's the strip of buildings that make up downtown Crawfordville. There's not much traffic here, so I'm not sure why there's a traffic light here. Getting some different angles of the downtown area, you can probably picture some scenes from Sweet Home Alabama. The movie constructed a large water tower for Pigeon Creek, which was located in the center of the screen to the right of the road. From this angle, you might recall from the movie that the Pigeon Creek Catfish Festival was in this general area. I'm pretty hungry, so let's head toward another filming location for Sweet Home Alabama, which is in real life a barbecue restaurant. In the movie, this was Stella's Roadhouse, which is a bar owned by Jake's mom, Stella. But in real life, this is Heavy's Barbecue, which is about 4 miles away from Crawfordville. This restaurant is only open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. The sign says they serve ribs, wings, and fish in addition to pulled pork barbecue. According to their website, they also serve beef brisket and hamburgers. The restaurant looks very quirky on the outside, so I'm gonna head inside to see how the food is. Very interesting in the dining area. I guess I would describe it as rustic. A lot of deer heads mounted on the walls, and some other items, also some pictures, including some Polaroids. Some pictures of them participating in a parade. Also pictures of the actors from Sweet Home Alabama, Candace Bergen, Jean Smart, and Reese Witherspoon. So, this is what we got. They advertised a much larger menu, but only had this pork plate with coleslaw and what they said was Brunswick stew.
The food here was bad. So incredibly bad. I ate a little of the pulled pork and the coleslaw, and I threw the rest away. The pulled pork tasted boiled. There was no flavor apart from vinegar. The coleslaw was mostly chopped cabbage with just a hint of relish and mayonnaise. My dad had tried their version of Brunswick stew, and he said it was corn, beans, onions, all pureed into slop form. He felt like he needed to throw up for hours after eating that, and quite frankly, so did I. Apparently this place was really good up until the pandemic. I'm not sure if there was a change in owner, but this barbecue is so bad. I agree with the more recent reviews. The people are not friendly, and they are only serving what I showed you, and it's so bad.
Well, I have to press on. My next stop is in the small town of Warthen. I'm here to check out the oldest jail in Georgia. Here it is. Imagine if you're a criminal and it's the middle of July. It could be 100 degrees and very humid, and you're a prisoner and held in that building. This marker says this is the site of the first Washington County Jail, erected in 1783. Aaron Burr was incarcerated here in 1807 en route to trial for treason. Let me see if I can look inside this jail. There isn't a lock on the door. I couldn't open the door. I think it was nailed shut, so I'm peeking between pieces of wood. There doesn't appear to be any shackles or any type of restraints to keep the prisoner in here. This just appears to be only the building and nothing else. Yeah, it looks like just the building, but I bet it's really hot in there. It's hot outside, so it has to be even hotter inside this old jail. This building is on the National Registry of Historic Places. Pretty amazing. This is the original wood on this building, well over 200 years old. Time to head to my next stop. Now in a very remote section of Middle Georgia, a few minutes south of the town of Oconee. Over here is a small sign pointing to a pig monument. Looks like a short walk through the field. There's a sign right there, and looks like this path is cut down a little bit. There's a concrete marker over here. It's not too far off the road, only about 100 feet off the road, the pig monument. The marker says, on this spot in 1933 during the Great Depression, neighbors of a farmer named Bartow Barron joined together to rescue his pig from a dry well. Monument erected to the spirit of friendship and community so characteristic at those times. There's a small depression in the soil here that might have been where the well was. Looks like 30 people made donations to create this monument. In order to rescue the pig, the community shoveled dirt into the hole, so the bottom of the well eventually rose to the surface and the pig could escape. This is a really nice view from this spot. You can see the rolling hills in all directions. Nice and quiet here too. This is an awesome story, a good deep south story, how people came to this man's need, especially during the Great Depression. Now making my way back north a little bit, just outside of the city of Gary. In the front yard of someone's residence is this giant hand-carved wooden Sasquatch. He looks to be a very friendly Sasquatch. The Sasquatch is looking at a butterfly that landed in his right hand. Also note, his left foot, it spells the word Chaptacular. Chaptacular refers to an annual woodcarving festival. Carvers from around the world attend this festival to raise money to find a cure for cystic fibrosis. That festival is hosted by Chap Nelson and Abby Peterson, who also live in the residence where the Sasquatch is located. This is an amazing wooden sculpture. Even the butterfly is made from wood. The sculpture is impressive, most impressive. There's also a deposit box if you want to leave a donation, which goes toward finding a cure for cystic fibrosis. By the way, the camera is watching. A quick close-up shows the level of detail in the wood carving. There are even wrinkles on the Sasquatch's face. Over there is another carving of a piece of wood that is still rooted to the ground. That's pretty awesome as well. Across the street is a mailbox holder, also beautifully sculpted. This piece over here, a sculpture of a cross. This is definitely worth a visit, even though it's not really near a city. Now I have to make a long journey back north. A little over 2 hours later, I'm in Gainesville, Georgia at a racetrack. The price is $3.15 for regular, not quite on empty, but the price is good, so I'm gonna fill up. There's a chicken on this obelisk. I'm at the busy corner of Jesse Poole Parkway and Academy Street. This monument honors Gainesville as the world leader in poultry production, and this obelisk is in Georgia Poultry Park. At this base, this says this tiny park was established in 1977, and on the right, Gainesville, Georgia, poultry capital of the world. On the back, there are markers discussing the importance of the poultry industry in Gainesville. Gainesville became a leader in the poultry industry since the 1940s. A decade later, the poultry industry created up to 41% of revenue for Georgia farmers. This might be why chicken and eggs are very inexpensive in this area. The poultry industry employs thousands of people from this area. There are chicken farms all over northeast Georgia. The monument is made with marble mined from quarries in the nearby town of Tate. Since I was here last, it looks like they added some parking, and I noticed the monument is much closer to the highway. There's a lot of construction in downtown Gainesville. And that's it. I traveled about 350 miles and saw a number of places. I hope this video gave you some ideas of places to visit. So for now, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!